Today's model is in one of the most sought after community areas right here in Central Florida, 10 minutes down the road to Orlando International Airport and in one of the best schooling districts. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlando Home Show where strategy matters, passion rules. And guys, today's model is absolutely gorgeous. It's a 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, 2 car garage, over 2468 square foot. What I love about this is that you have a really nice walkway to the front porch of your house. And it's a stone elevation. Now, every builder will have 3 different elevations. So with this builder, this is a stone elevation. You have the one that does not have a stone. And I've done other models also. What I love is that you have this nice, beautiful front porch. Now, this is on a 40 by 120 lot. So you have a 2 rear car entry garage. So let's go inside and check this beautiful house out. Hello and welcome to another beautiful loaded decorated model. Now if this is your first time on my channel, please press that thumbs up button because I bring you model homes all throughout Central Florida, Orlando, Greater Orlando, Tampa Bay, and now Ocala area. The model that I'm showing you is just loaded with all the upgrades that builder has to offer. I'm going to point out as much as I possibly could. It's a 4 bedrooms, 3 bathroom, 2 car garage, 2468, a 2-story home with a master bedroom downstairs along with a bedroom downstairs on a 40 by 120 lot. Yes, there is CDD and the CDD is about $1,800 a year. The lot price is anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. And right now with the builder, they are giving you a lot of incentives. And if you guys have been waiting to buy the house, right now with inventory homes, that's where you're going to find the best possible deal. This community also has a HOA, which is about $515 every quarter. You have some great amenities such as pool, fitness center, park and gardens in this community that is just down the road, and the local school, which is one of the top rated school, is literally a walking distance from this community, or you can just get on a bike ride and kids can bike themselves to the school. So as I turn around, you have an 8-foot door, which is a standard feature with the builder. You have the MVP flooring, which is included in the price. However, with this builder, the MVP flooring that you see is just a level up, so you do have to pay more for it. You also have a choice to choose from a 17 by 17 tiles if you do not want an MVP flooring. The best thing about this house is the ceiling height. 8-foot door is standard with the ceiling height going all the way up to 10 foot. Crown molding is included in the base price. Now this builder gives you a lot of things that is already included in the base price, and the base price of this house is $762,900 at the time of the shoot. Now this is going to change because prices are changing. They're not going as crazy up as they were before, but prices do change every now and then. So please keep that in mind, and please do not quote the price to us because we don't control that. It can also go down, it can also go up. We are seeing that the prices are being steady, but we are seeing great deals that is happening on inventory home. Right behind me is the very first bedroom. I want to stand in the corner to be able to give you a good idea of the depth of the room. It does come with one fixture right there and a window. It's just the way the decoration is, and this is why I always recommend to get those extra 2 lights, because it's nice, beautiful and sunny, but it's just Florida and it could rain and pour any minute. So it's kind of nice to have those extra lights. The carpet that you see over here is an upgraded carpet. However, your 8-foot door is included. You also have a 8-foot door leading to your closet space. Nothing extraordinary in terms of the closet space other than your regular wiring that you see, or the wiring rack that you see. I don't know, I do sometimes feel that all the builders got together and they must have bought shares, I guess, in that wiring company, because I see that in all homes, whether that be a $400,000 house or a $1 million+ house, I see those wire racks almost everywhere. But that's just my pet peeve. I think for a certain price point, it would be nice to have just closet space kind of designed better. Yes, it does increase, but kind of does give value to the house. It just makes it look much better. These are just my thoughts. Right over here is the very first secondary bathroom. Now this is decked up. So this is a walk-in shower with the transom right there. The upgrade is in regards to the tiles that you see that goes all the way up, and then also the flooring that you see right over here. It does have the MVP. Now you do have a choice to tell the builder that you want MVP in all the areas, but for your wet areas you would prefer to have the tiles, which is something that I would suggest because MVP flooring is great. It looks good. It's somewhat water resistant. It's not completely water resistant, so having tiles would be a better option. That is just something, my take on it. I've done over 600 plus models, so this is something that I say. Now, if you are going to be building a house, please make sure to watch do's and don't of building a brand new home, because that's where I talk about things that you should have builder do, especially when it comes to the structural, and things that you should just do it yourself, like changing the carpet into MVP flooring or tiles. This is something you can always do later on. So don't just get hung up on all the beautiful stuff that you see with the builder, because builder's job is to make it look really like wow, so that you kind of get into the rhythm of being emotionally attached to the house. So there are things that you should be able to do with the builder, and there are things that you can do it later on, especially if you are handy. It will go a long way and you will save a lot of money. You have the undermount sink. The upgrade is in regards to the cords that you see. You do get the white cabinets that you see over here as a standard feature. And right outside, you have a closet space right over here. So it's kind of really nice tucked in. And then as I come, you have the master bedroom right over here with the nice 8-foot door. And I want to go all the way in the corner to kind of give you an idea about how big the room is. Now for me, I have done a lot of floor plans, and I usually do decorated and non-decorated one because I want to make sure that you understand how the house flows. That is more important than just the total square footage. I know that bedroom and bathroom number is important, especially when you are a family of 3 or 4 people. You need a room for your office. But what really matters is the square footage needs to make sense in terms of how the house flows and if there is any dead space or not. So this house does have those extra lights that I highly talk about, along with the chrome molding. And the upgrade, as you see, is in regards to the carpet that you see right here. You do have the 2 closet, and that is a hallelujah. You have a closet for her and him, which is right here, which is kind of nice. Just doing little things like this completely changes the outlook. These are much better, but this is something that you can always do it yourself. You don't really necessarily have to do it with the builder because it's going to cost you a lot more money. And then right across is your other closet for him, if him is lucky enough. She won't take over. And then right over here is the master bathroom. I'm not too fond of the decorative tile like this. It's a little too busy for me. Just a simple plain tile would be a better option, but that is my personal opinion. Whatever works for you, but don't get carried away with these little things. That I say this because I have helped so many people save a lot of money. One of the models that I did, they had so beautiful cabinets in the kitchen that went all the way up, but it's like, what is the functionality of it? Now this is a standard bathroom. The upgrade is in regards to the floor tiles that you see, and also these tiles going all the way up to ceiling. They do give you an option to have a rain shower if that is something you want to do. Your transom is included, and then right across from it is the water closet, which is a good size. And then you also have a closet space right over here. And as I come out, the house kind of just goes, now it's on a 40 by 120, so it's more of a longer house than a wider house, and then it just completely opens up. What they have also done is a great job in terms of using all the space, so you have a really nice space underneath your staircase area. So it's kind of nice, and just love how they decorated. I have 2 boys, so it's kind of nice. The only thing is if they will keep it as tidy as you see it over here. And then you have the staircase, which I'll take you up later on. But look at this. This is beautiful. This is the actual size of your island. The upgrade is in regards to the porcelain white sink that you see right here, and also the quartz countertop that you see here along with this beautiful tile work. Now, this is your standard kitchen. The upgrade is in regards to this over here that you see. So you do have to pay extra, but you will get that stainless steel venting outside, which is included. You would not have a glass door to your pantry. So that is something that I want you to be aware of. Not a huge pantry, but definitely a comfortable size. And you do have this nice, beautiful backsplash. Now, this is a very different backsplash than I have seen, but it complements the decor of the house, and it goes all the way up that you do have to pay extra. 42-inch cabinet included. What is not included, as I mentioned. Now, this is something that I want to point out. I have 2 small kids, and if I give my little one, hey, take the dishes, put them in the sink, he's going to come in and just throw them in. And if this gets chipped, it's a $3,000 plus sink. So I would rather prefer a cast iron or a stainless steel one so that I don't have to worry about it, because as beautiful as it looks, the functionality of things is more important than the looks. Looks are important, so don't get me wrong, but I think for your day-to-day use, I would prefer something that's more durable than decorative. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that these are all soft close, which is fantastic. This is something that we had to pay extra when we built our house. You have your microwave, you have your oven, and you have a semi-private dining area with a lot of windows. One thing with this builder, this is the 3rd model that I'm covering with them, and they have a lot of windows. You have like 3 panels right there, another 2 over here. You have this huge windows, and you have that patio area right there, which I will take you in just a moment. But I really love the fact that it just has a lot of windows. For me, a house needs to be welcoming. It needs to be nice and bright. And as Florida weather is for the most part hot and humid, it's kind of nice that you have a lot of windows bringing in a good amount of light. The good thing about this house is that you also have a laundry on the ground floor, or on the 1st floor for that matter. Everything over here is upgraded. So you have the upper cabinets that is not included. You do have to pay extra, but you also have the wash station. What I would highly suggest is that you get the plumbing, and then you can do this part later on. At least you get the plumbing, which will be considered as a structural option. They also give you an option to be able to build a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment above your garage. You do have to pay more for it, and in this builder model they have that, which I'll show you towards the end. As I come out, you also have a covered patio area, which is kind of really nice. Look at the size of this patio area. It's just the way this house has been built. Now, you can definitely screen that. That is a great option to do so, and I would highly recommend. You have the 2-car rear garage right over here. And then the apartment that I was talking to you, which I'm going to take you in just a moment. I also love the fact that they were able to kind of utilize this space and make this into a nice summer kitchen. I would highly recommend that you get the plumbing and everything that you need to do to be able to build your own outside kitchen. It's going to be a lot more cheaper when you compare that to having the builder do that. Now, this is your 2-car garage. One thing that I want to point out is that your garage is going to have epoxy, as you see over here, and you also have a block construction with your water heater elevated. Not every builder will do that, and you have a ballot so you don't run into your own water heater. This is something that is required by code and is not necessarily available everywhere. So some communities and some municipality requires that as a code. Some of them builders just do that as a courtesy, but for the most part, if it is not required, you are not going to see that. And then also the water heater is not elevated, as you see over here. You have the garage door opener right there. Now, this is a 40 by 120, so you're not going to have a lot of room. So if you're looking for a house that gives you more space or maybe some gardening space, then this may not be the best option, but this is just the way you have. Now, I'm going to take you upstairs right over here, and then I'm going to show you the upstairs of where the secondary bedrooms are. So you have an option to build a 1-studio apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment above the garage. Now, builder gives you the option to have the staircase on the other side that they do not charge you extra for. You can have this completely on the other side, so nobody has to enter this courtyard area for you. So let's go upstairs and check this studio apartment out. As I come upstairs, the MVP flooring is included. Now, this is a studio apartment. You can also build a 1 bedroom apartment, which is about $105,000, and you have the studio for about $82,000. If you are going to be living here and you plan on renting this out, you cannot do a short-term or an Airbnb rental, but you definitely can rent it out on a long-term and have the builder flip this whole thing so that you have the entrance right next to the garage so that they don't have to go around your patio area, is what I was talking about. This is a really nice studio right over here. You have a full kitchen right over there. Now, I have seen some amazing homes in this neighborhood by different builder where they kind of split the whole studio in such a way that it gives the illusion of a one-bedroom apartment, but it's actually not. However, with this builder, they do give you that choice. So you have this open area, your living area. You can have a sofa bed or whatever works for them. And then you also have a full bathroom. This is a walk-in shower. However, for $82,000, you will have a shower tub combination, but this is an upgrade that you can do with this nice niche. Niche is included, the tile is an upgrade over here, and also at the flooring, you have the MVP flooring with the undermount sink and also a nice window. And over here is your full kitchen. Now, please keep in mind, your washer, your dryer, your refrigerator is not included. However, that is not to say with the way the market is right now, they're willing to negotiate, they're willing to talk. Like we recently helped a client where we got them all their appliances plus a 4.5% interest rate paid by the builder fixed for 30 years. So builders are doing whatever they possibly could to make things happen. And at the time of the shoot, builders are more flexible. Remember the times during COVID, it's like take a number and take a seat and we'll call you when we will call you. And the prices were going crazy. At least we are in a limited time frame where the market is really primed for a buyer. If you've been thinking about it and you're just sitting on the edge, please do yourself a favor and ask yourself the right questions. Can you afford a house in today's market with today's prices? Because all those constants remain the same. When the rate changes, you can always do a refi, but you cannot renegotiate the price of the house, which you could now at the time of buying. You could do a really good negotiations with the right agent to be able to get a lot more than what they were willing to offer you before. And then right over here is your air conditioning unit, which is kind of elevated. Not every builder will have that, so that is something to keep in mind. But let me know, what do you think of this? Does this studio apartment make sense for you? And let's go back into the house so that I can show you the remaining secondary bedroom and bathroom. So before I go upstairs, I do want to point out that you have this banister, which is included in the base price right over here. And you can have an option to upgrade this into spindles if that's what you want. So let's go upstairs and check the rest of this beautiful house out. As I come up, what I love is that you have a really nice 9'4" ceiling height on the second floor. Now, it is a frame house, so please keep that in mind. I also love the big, huge window right there, bringing in a good amount of light. Now, you do have an option to kind of get rid of this knee wall right here and also right over here, and you can get the spindles. It just opens up the whole house. It makes it look even more prettier. Things like this, guys, don't worry about that. Just get the false ceiling. This is something that you can always do later on if you are handy. This is your private family living area. But the best part about this house is the balcony, which is included in the base price. And I just love when you have a beautiful lot and a beautiful day like this. Like, look at that. I mean, like, you're just looking at your community pond area right in front of you with the nice breeze that is coming. Just get a nice cup of coffee, just a book, sit down and just rock the chairs and just enjoy the view. This is what I really love about this community. You're not very far from the international airport, and for the price and for the area, you could be all in just about $850,000 to $900,000 for a beautiful house in one of the top communities of Central Florida. Right over here is your secondary bedroom. I want to go in the corner to kind of give you an idea. I would have loved to give them extra lights. They do give you the choice of having those extra lights. When the builder does that, most of the time they'll give you a choice of 2 extra lights, which you can have it this way or in this manner. And in the master bedroom, they do give you the 4 lights. It's already included at the time of the shoot. Now, please understand, everything can change because as the market is shifting, the incentives, everything that they do, things do change. So please do not quote us, because we have seen from our past experiences, this is what we do at the time of the shoot, which may or may not be into play by the time you are ready to make that decision, because the market is shifting, things are changing. So please keep that in mind. And right over here is your walk-in closet. Not a huge closet, but definitely a comfortable size. And then as I come out, you have the other bedrooms right adjacent to it, along with the bathroom. So you have the secondary bathroom with the shower tub combination with this beautiful marble tile backsplash going all the way up, which is something you do have to pay extra. And then you also have the undermount sink right over here. And right next to it is the other bedroom. All the room sizes are pretty good in this specific floor plan. They do have other now. This is just about 2468 square foot. And I say this all the time, guys, don't worry about the square footage as much as you want to make sure that the flow of the house makes sense, the functionality makes sense. So downstairs you have a bedroom, you have a master bedroom, your laundry room, your beautiful living area, and a choice to be able to build a studio apartment or a 1-bedroom unit right above your garage. Right over here, you have the 8-foot door, standard, nice closet space right over here. Let me know what your thoughts are for this specific model. Does it make sense? Does it not make sense? And if you are looking to buy a brand new home anywhere in Central Florida, and if you are not sure about which part of town to live in, make sure to check out Orlando Living with D. That's where I bring you community videos. And if Spanish is your main language, make sure to check out Orlando Home Show in Espanol. That's where we cover these models in Spanish. We look forward to connect with you. And now that I'm doing my song and dance on Instagram, please make sure to check us out. We would love to be the agent of choice for you. Please check our reviews out and give us a call. We would love to help you. There are a lot of deals that are currently available on inventory. And if you've been holding on, trust me, look into Inventory Home, where you can get really, really good deals, like 4.5% fixed for 30 years, all closing costs paid, all appliances included. So there is a lot. Now, if you go deeper into the suburban area, that's where you're going to find a lot more bang for your buck as compared to going into the main premium areas, whereas you wouldn't find that much, but you would still find better deals than what they were before. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, bye for now.